Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Dragon Ball Z Shodo Neo Broly. So yes, here we have Broly from the new Shodo Neo line. I guess new was a bit redundant there since Neo means new. But this is a slightly upscaling of the previous Shodo line. Other than that, they're pretty similar in terms of quality and pretty similar articulation as well. Starting with Broly, of course, because he is one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z characters. And I honestly probably wouldn't have even bothered with the set if he wouldn't have been in it. So, yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Here's the Shodo Neo Broly. Here's Shodo Neo Goku. As you can see, they're not in scale at all. What you really want is you want the original Shodo Goku to go with your Shodo Neo Broly. If you want a Broly to go with your new Shodo figures, you need to get this hybrid action Broly here, because he is pretty good scale for that. And of course, I've got Figuarts Goku and Figuarts Broly there, just for some extra size comparison action. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Shodo Neo Broly. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin, here you can see Broly. He, of course, is wearing his standard outfit, which includes his big red skirt. His skirt's a bit bulky because it's sort of meant to be able to move around a little bit, so it looks a bit odd. But it's not terrible. Sculpting on the fabric's all nice and it has the belt on it. He's got white pants. He also has on his gold boots with the gems and the little red leathery bits in between the metal parts. He's got a nice muscly body. He's not overly bulky, but he is bulkier than the other figures that are available, so he's not quite really seemingly legendary sort of Super Saiyan levels of muscle mass, but he's bulky enough for it to look like he's massive, I guess. He also, of course, has on his necklace. And that is pretty much it for body detail. He looks like Broly for the most part, so that's all good. Let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Head sculpt-wise, Broly looks pretty good. His hair is a yellowish-green color, which is nice. He's got his eyebrows there, white eyes. He's got a sort of angry expression. He does have little gold earrings on his ears. So overall, that's pretty much exactly what Broly's head sculpt should look like. I have no issues with it. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Broly is pretty good, especially for such a small scale. He has a ball peg in the head and in the neck, so that moves around and rotates very nicely. Ball joint shoulders, in and out, forward and back. They also sort of move around inside the socket. Bicep cut, single joint elbow, but it actually bends 90 degrees. Rotation at the wrist. His hands do come off pretty easily since they're meant to be interchangeable. He has a ball peg in the waist. Unfortunately, they don't have abdominal joints, which is about the only thing the original Shodo series has over on these guys. Ball peg hips, so those go in and out and forward and back. His skirt gets in the way a little bit. Single joint knee, and ball pegs in the ankles. So those pivot, rotate, move any way you really want them to. So, articulation-wise, you can pretty much get him into any real poses you need to. His legs are going to be inhibited a little bit, but you can kind of get around that. The skirt is split at the side, so you can adjust it a little bit and get him into probably whatever pose you want. Broly does come with some extra hands, so let's go ahead and look at those. Broly comes with 2 fist hands and 2 open grasping hands for good old-fashioned face-grabbing action. Now that wraps it up for Broly and all of his accessories. Let's move on to the packaging. Broly comes in a nice blister card, which is the standard for this Shodo series, and also basically the same as the previous Shodo series. The blister can just be lifted off of the card, so it's got a nice little added collector bonus there, if you want to open things and not damage them. Shodo logo, Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan Broly. It doesn't say Legendary Super Saiyan, but, I mean, his hair's green, and it's not green whenever he's in normal Super Saiyan form. It would explain why he's not quite so beefy, though. Whatever, that's just what it says. There's a Dragon Ball Kai logo over there. And of course you would have Broly displayed here in the window. On the back, picture of Broly as well as the other 2 figures are available, and a bunch of stuff in Japanese that I cannot read. As always, these are good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Broly. Alright, that wraps it up for Broly, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.